Hey, everybody, it's Tony George along with Sean Salisbury. We're talking Major League Baseball. Be sure and check out Sean on the Sean Salisbury Show at iHeartRadio and on Twitter. It is at Sean Unfiltered. Sean, before we get to the game, just everybody needs to know for a famous guy, you're pretty active on Twitter. You interact with the people.
I do. I'm not a household name in my own home, but I do. As long as people are respectful, I don't care if they disagree. I love the band. If they have the time to interact with me, I'm going to interact with them. So I don't actually look at myself as famous or a celebrity, but I'll give them the time because I actually learn from them. As long as everybody is, doing it right and not being, jumping down somebody's throat and can respect people who also make comments, I'm all in. I am a man of the people, and they're a big reason why we have success and can do this. So I like to interact with them.
Well, I'm over the age of 50 now, so I've lost all my pride. So if I was in the movie Benchwarmers in the Longest Yard, I'd be milking that for everything it was worth. And claiming I was famous.
I'm not giving it back. I'll promise you that, brother. There you go.
I hear you, folks. Hey, listen. Last night, Sean, your hometown Houston Astros opened up their opener there at home against a team they'd already dominated, and our free pick yesterday was Houston. And I thought this is a great opportunity to talk about the very same game again because of the run line perspective. And you also have a relatively dominating pitcher on the hill tonight, Sean.
Yeah, Lance McCullers, and he is really, once he starts to trust a fastball, he's got this changeup working for him that's filthy. We've seen him, as you know, the past. He likes to throw the hook and get him, but He can ramp it up in the mid-90s, and this changeup has become an out pitch for him as well. Confident, got the big money this offseason. I know wants to validate it. He loves being in Houston. He's a big emotional feed off this crowd and the stand people. It's fit. They sound louder. I think he's going to be good. He got him last time too. He got him last time. Struck out, I think, 7 in the game, if I'm not mistaken. But was very solid in his first start against the A's. Gets him again. He'll want to fare well at home because it's like a validation, even though he doesn't need to, of his new contract. But he's going to be a big reason why this team wins the division. And this is another game in the division. This is what now? It'll be number 6 of 19 they play him, and they've already beat him 5 in a row. McCullers trying to add another one, and I actually think he will. The bats are alive and well for the Astros as well.
Beat them by 4 last night, and then on the 4-game road stand, they beat them by 7, 8, 4, and 7. And Sean Manaea, who takes the hill tonight and toes the rubber for the A's, by the way, put up 4 2/3 innings against Houston, gave up 6 hits and 5 runs. Conversely, McCullers in his game, 5 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, as you mentioned, in a 9-1 rout in that game. And the reason I bring this up is, now, if you like to lay heavy chalk on the money line, this is a perfect game to do it on. -175, going to be higher than that by first pitch. Especially when guys lose their rear end early in the day, they're going to go chase a big favorite and try and make up some money, which is the worst thing you can do in sports gambling, I might add. But, at the end of the day, if you look at the run line in this game, Sean, and this is what I want to get your perspective on, a domination last night, a domination by multiple runs each and every game. The closest that Oakland has got to them is 4 runs. If you lay a run and a half, you can get Houston tonight at +110 on the money line. They got to win by 2 to cover that. With their ace on the hill, and Manaea, I don't think he'll do as bad. It's the old saying, Sean. You know this in professional sports. You were in the NFL and up in Canada. Nobody's as good as they were the previous game, and nobody's as bad as they were either. And I think McCullers, but he's been so consistently good. That's why they gave him the big money, folks. Is because he delivers. He's consistently delivering, and I think he delivers again tonight. And I don't think Manaea is going to have that bad of as bad a night as he did at home, Sean. But I think it's relatively safe to lay the run and a half tonight and lower these odds to +110.
I 100% agree. And I live in Houston, But I'm just going by the optics and what I'm seeing, Tony. I'm with you. Hell, if there was more room, I'd do more than that with the way they're playing. And you talked about McCullers and the way he's pitching and the big money. If the season, when we're talking about this at the All-Star break or at the end of this season, if we're saying the Astros won 98 games or they're pushing 100 wins this year, do you know what we're going to also say? That Lance McCullers not only validated his money, but is in that 15 to 16 win range and all the other stats that go along with it, with a lot of strikeouts and cutting down on walks. He has got to be good all year. He'll be good tonight, I believe. And with getting that the 1.5 runs, listen, they've homered in every game. They put the ball in play. Unlike a time now where teams are swing and miss, the Astros are so relentless. Michael Brantley's back in the lineup. You see Correa, who wants to get paid. Altuve swinging the bat in the leadoff spot. We know what big Yordan Alvarez is bringing. The ball's flying out, 3 more home runs. I'm not sure, Tony, that Oakland's going to get out of this city with a win. With the way, even if your pitcher goes average, their bullpen's been long, has the Astros. I'm quite comfortable with the odds you're given and saying I'll take it with McCullers on the mound. I don't see how you're holding the Astros right now under 5 or 6 runs, and I don't think Oakland can sniff that right now unless the Astros just kind of show up.
And, the other thing, too, is not just this year, but last year, Manaea is known to give up the long ball. He gave up 2 homers in his first start in his home ballpark against Houston. I mean, and it seems if you look at their lineup, one thing about Houston, if they get an opportunity to hit a home run, they usually have runners in scoring position, by the way.
They do. And Tony, think about this. When you go Altuve, Brantley, depending on what the lineup is tonight, Altuve, Brantley, Bregman, Alvarez, Correa, Tucker, or Yuli Gurriel. That's 7 guys. Yeah. You don't even get to take a breath, as we've mentioned before. Yeah. And if one guy's not having it, then Correa comes up and homers and doubles in the game. You are in for a long night, and they will put the pitch count, raise your pitch count early because they take you long in counts, and they put the ball in play, as I mentioned. And there's no secret. They can hit the ball, and it's a hitter's ballpark. And McCullers is pretty good at keeping the ball down. If he does, McCullers is an all-star. And if he's that consistent, and that's what they're hoping for tonight, I don't see how you keep these bats under 5 to 7 runs. I don't think Oakland can touch that in this game. They're capable. I don't think it's going to happen here. I look for another Astros win by more than 2.
Ace pitcher on the hill at home, TGIF Friday. Some of the fans getting off work early, getting juiced up before they hit the ballpark. Their home team rolling. 1 loss on the year. Yeah, we're taking the run line. We're taking the Stros tonight to get it done with their ace on the hill. He's Sean Salisbury. Check him out at iHeartRadio on the Sean Salisbury Show. Check me out at DocSports.com with the free $60 link we got in the description below. And come over and get yourself some winners. We got baseball. We got the Masters and PGA undefeated on Thursday to open it up. And, of course, all kind in NBA action. So be sure and get over to Docs. We got some guys on some soccer as well. So doing some of that soccer. I don't do it. Football to me is what Sean Salisbury played, not kicking a round ball on the ground. But nonetheless, be sure and tune in, folks. Sean and I will be back at you next Tuesday. I'll be back at you tomorrow right here on this channel Saturday with the free play as well. Thanks for tuning in.